not your beat-up baseball cap that practically grafted itself to your head during high school. Or maybe you don't wear it anymore so you can show off your fancy pants $40 lawyer haircut. She reached up and ran her hand through his hair, loosening the hold the gel had on it. Much better. There was the boy who'd once landed her in detention because he'd dared her to put superglue on the teacher's whiteboard markers while he distracted him with a question. The boy who'd challenged her to a deviled egg-eating competition at the town festival and then moped about her beating him. To this day, the sight or scent of a deviled egg still made her stomach roll. He grinned. Every inch the laid-back Tucker Crawford she'd grown up with once again, and just like that, all seemed right in Uncertainty, Alabama. "Crawford, where you at?" Shep's booming voice hit them a few seconds before he, Easton, and Ford rounded the corner and stepped onto the back deck. "Murph!" they yelled when they saw her, and then they exchanged high-fives, shoulder punches, and a few bro-hugs on their way to give Tucker the same treatment. Addie saw the rest of the guys around town here and there, but it was harder to get together now that everyone had careers and other obligations. Funny how in high school they couldn't wait to get older so they could do whatever they wanted, and instead they ended up having less free time than ever. Shep placed 2 six-packs of Naked Pig Pale Ale, the best beer in all of Alabama, on top of a big planter that only held dirt, since the neglected plants had shriveled up and died long ago. "Before we get this party started, I guess I should let you know what we're celebrating." The hint of worry Addie had felt since receiving the urgent text evaporated. The message had been so vague, typical guy, although her mom and sister accused her of the same thing. Addie sat on the edge of the table, and when Tucker bumped her over with his hip, she scooted. The table wobbled, and Tucker's hand shot out and gripped her upper arm as she worked to rebalance herself. He chuckled. "Guess we're heavier than we used to be." She scowled at him. "Hey, speak for yourself." "Right. It must be all my jacked muscles." Addie rolled her eyes. That's what she got for giving him an accidental compliment. Every single one of her boys had egos the size of pickup trucks, and the many girls who'd fawned over them through the years didn't help any. Shep raised his voice, speaking above the din. "So, you guys might recall I've been seeing Sexy Lexi going on almost a year now." "How could we forget?" Addie quipped. "You talk about her nonstop." She glanced at Tucker, who'd yet to meet Shep's girlfriend, thanks to busy schedules and his last canceled trip. "Seriously, we go to get a beer and watch the game, and it's Lexi this, Lexi that." Shep didn't frown at her like she'd expected, grinning that Twitter-pated grin he often wore these days instead. "She's actually very lovely," she added, then curled her hands around the table. While his Southern Belle girlfriend worked to hold it at bay, Addie didn't think Lexi was her biggest fan. She hated always having to downplay her friendship with the guys in order to not upset the balance of their relationships. Hopefully, a little more time and getting to know each other, and Lexi would understand that Will Shepherd was more like a brother than anything. All the guys were, and thanks to the fact they'd both stayed closer to home the past few years, she and Shep were even more sibling-like than the rest. It wasn't the first time her friends' girlfriends were wary of her, and she doubted it'd be the last. Sometimes she worried she'd get left behind just because she'd had the audacity to be born a girl. Being the only girl in a group of guys was merely a technicality, though. It wasn't that she didn't have female friends or that she didn't know a lot of great women. It was that she'd grown up with these guys and forged memories, and they liked to do the same things she did. It was why she'd gone by Murph more often than Addison Murphy or any other variation thereof. Thanks to her love of comfy, sporty clothes, she'd been voted most likely to start her own sweatshirt line in high school. A title she was proud to have, by the way. Easton had been voted most likely to end up in jail, and, ironically enough,